All right, folks. Welcome. It's a beautiful day in the borderland. It's like 74 degrees. Sun's going down over the mountains. 10:25 Raptors are taking on the Roughnecks. AJ is up to bat. A little bit inside there. One ball. That's a strike. 1-1. All right, starting the game off. The season started with a loss for the Roughnecks. Yeah, fouled that one back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if they can come back and make a statement here. Last game before heading into the World Series that we're going to in Las Cruces. Pitcher sets, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is ball. 22 is the count. Top of the first batter. Coach Diaz down on coaching down on first base. Coach Eddie on third. 22 is the count. 32. Count is full. AJ's going to look for a nice pitch here. See if he can take it for a ride. He hits it right up the middle, just past the shortstop for a solid single, rounding the base. Ball comes in. All right, way to start it off. Way to go, AJ. We got Diaz coming up. Getting a sign from the coach. Let's keep an eye on AJ down at first. He's got some wheels, getting a pretty good lead there. He's taking off. Ball's pitched outside. Throw down's going to be close. Slides. He is safe at second. AJ's got his first stolen base of the night. 1 ball. No strikes. Yeah, second baseman's holding AJ on there. That ball is hit hard. Foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. AJ Diaz was just a little bit in front of that one. 1-1. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. He hits that one. Oh, yes, that is right past the second baseman. Second baseman was holding the AJ on. Took him out of position. Couldn't get back in time. Diaz has got a single and a ribby. Let's go. All right. Roughnecks are starting out strong here in the top of the first. No outs, 1 run. Runner on first. Diego up to bat. He takes off for second. The throw, no throw. Ooh, lightning. He has wings on his feet. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the first, no outs. Diaz on second. They are not holding him up. Here comes the second baseman to try to hold him on. The look back, the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. All right, Diego back in the box. 1-1, no outs. Runner on second, 1-0 Roughnecks. There's a ball inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Getting a sign from third. Diaz acknowledges a signal. Gets a little extra step on that lead. Oh, yeah. Getting in the pitcher's head there. Jumping around. Okay, pitcher sets. Diaz takes a huge lead. Ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs. 21's the count. I'm sorry, 31 is the count. 31. Ball inside, ball 4. We got runners on first and second. Milan is up to bat. That was good patience on Diego's part. All right, we have top of the first, no outs, 1 run. Runners on first and second. Cleanup batter is up to bat. Checks the runner, delivers. Oh, that was a nice frame by the catcher. 1 strike. All right. Both runners are starting to get a little bit of a lead here. The pitch took a second strike. That one was a pretty good pitch there, right down the middle. Nice pitch by that young man. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Pitcher steps off, resets. Let's see what the runners do on this pitch. The delivery, foul ball. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Zero balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on. Top of the first. No outs. 1-0 Roughnecks. Diaz is having a little fun down there on second, getting into the pitcher's head. He sets, pitches. He hits the ball up the middle. Is it going to fall in for a single? It does. It's a little blooper single just past second base. They're going to try to get the out, force out at second. So Milan's down at first. Diaz down to third. Diego throwing out at second. So runners on the corners, 1 out. 1-0 Roughnecks. Eli up to bat. Milan's getting a pretty good lead over there on first. That's a strike. Eli's got 1 strike on him. 1-0 Roughnecks. With fast runner on third. Let's see if they send Milan. And Milan takes off. That's a pitch strike. So we have 2 strikes, no balls, runners on second and third. 1 out. Pitcher checks the runners, sets. Foul ball, foul ball. All right, Eli's protecting that plate. All right. Milan's playing a little game out there on second. Moving around a bit. And the pitch. Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Diaz down at third, dancing around, getting the catcher all in a bluster. The 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. 1 run. The pitch. Oh, called third strike. Caught the outside corner on that pitch. So we got 2 down now. Caleb up to bat. He just gets right in the box. He's ready to hit the ball. He's looking for a single. We got runners on second and third. 2 outs. Ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down. And I'm keeping an eye on Diaz down on third. Looks like he's itching to steal home today. 1 ball, no strikes. The delivery, swing and a miss. 1-1. All right, got a lot of stuff moving around here on the bases. Milan's getting a really good lead. Nobody's holding him on. The pitch, that is a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good eye on that one. So, top of the first, 1-0 Roughnecks. Ooh, that was an inside pitch. A little brush back there. So we have a 31. Diaz is stealing home, and he got him. All right, that was a nice try. Diaz got thrown out at home. 1-0 Roughnecks, headed to the bottom of the first. All right, folks. Bottom of the first. 1-0 Roughnecks. Leadoff batter, number 27, up to bat for the 10-25 Raptors. Diego's on the mound. Let's get this inning started. That's a strike. That had a little movement on there. That was a beautiful pitch. Froze up that batter. 1 strike on the batter. He likes the call, sets and delivers. That's a little blooper to second. It's going to bounce in. Not in time. We're going to call that an infield single. All right, leadoff batter's on first base. All right, he's getting a little bit of a lead there. Diego kind of looks over and checks. Throws back to first. And hits the young man with the throwback. We're going to call a little time here to make sure he's okay. All right, let's give a little hand for him. He's feeling all right. Shakes that one off. All right, 1-0 Roughnecks. Leadoff batter is on first base for 10-25 Raptors. Number 77's up to bat. Diego throws back to first again, not in time. Keeping him honest over there. He's looking like he wants to rabbit to second on the next pitch. All right, getting a little bit of a lead. He's a little closer this time. The delivery, he's going to second. The throw down, not in time. Stolen base for that young man. All right, no outs. Nano is holding him on at second. The pitch, it's a strike. Counts 1-1. One ball, one strike. Runner on second, no outs. Bottom of the first. Oh, that was some heat right there. You could hear that snap in the glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice pitch by Diego. All right, shakes off that. He says, yep, that's the pitch I'm going to throw. Checks the runner, delivers. Oh, that is a single right past the shortstop. Throwing the ball into third, bringing it in, runners on the corners. All right, 10-25 Raptors looking to get a little something going here. No outs. Bottom of the second. All right, let's see if we send the runner on first. Oh, we got to pitch back to third. Nothing doing. All right. Diego's getting the sign from the catcher. He likes it. Sets. Throws back to third. Looks like the Roughnecks are using manual signs. Looks like pitch calm is down for them today. Throw back to first. Not in time. Watching that runner on third. Diego's got more throws to first and third than he does pitches. He's sitting on 6 pitches this inning. That was a beautiful pitch. Oh! That caught me by surprise. I thought that was a strike. That's a little grounder back to pitcher. Gets the force out at 1. No! Drops the ball. Throw over to third, not in time, so we have 1 run on an error. So we got runners on the corner, still no outs, 1-1, bottom of the first. All right. That was a nice changeup there. Got a strike on him. 0 balls, 1 strike. Runner steals second. Runner on second and third. Yeah, ball was a little bit high, so 1-1. Huge lead by the second. Runner on second. That is a nice off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm up in the press box today, and I can hear the coaches for 10:25 tell them second runner on second to get a bigger lead. There's the pitch. That is a solid hit to center field, caught by Caleb Cardiel in the air. Throw back to second. No runners advance, 1 down. Nice catch by the center fielder. Looks like he's got a brand new glove out there as well, so that's really great. He's getting that worked in. All right, 1-1, bottom of the first, 1 out, runners on second and third. Let's see if Diego can get out of this. A little bit low in the dirt. Looks like the Roughnecks are opting to play defense and letting the runner get a pretty good lead there. That looks like a great pitch. Wow, just froze him with that one. A little bit of movement on it. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1s all around the board today. A little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch inside. 31. 31 is a count. All right, runners on second and third. Diego gets his sign and delivers. That is a foul ball. Looks like somebody from Toledo, Ohio is going to take home a souvenir. Count is full. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Ooh, way outside. That's a walk. So we have the bases loaded. 1 out. 1 ball. That means 1-1. Bottom of the first. All right, 10:25's got some action working here with the bases loaded and only 1 out. They're looking to put some more runs on the board. And the set and pitch. That is a little movement. Caught that outside corner. 1 strike. All right, Diego sets. He delivers. That's a little grounder to second. Nano does not go for this double play. Goes to first, gets the force out at first. That does score a run, though. Roughnecks 1, 10:25 Raptors 2. We do have 2 down now. All right. Runners on second and third. Diego sets. That was a nice pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. All right. Runners Raptors got a pretty good lead at second. Throws down, not in time. Quick feed on Diego's part right there to push him back. One strike on the batter. Foul ball. 0 balls, 2 strikes. All right, bottom of the first, 2-1, 10-25 Raptors, 2 outs, 2 strikes. No, just a little bit inside on that. That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was a nice placement. Diego sets the pitch right back to the pitcher, through the second baseman's legs to the center fielder, getting the ball in. That was not a great throw by the center fielder, but nobody advances. We're going to call that an error, and it will be 3-1, 10-25 Raptors. Coach Luis is probably pulling his hair out in the dugout. 2 down, bottom of the first, 3-1, 10-25 Raptors. That's outside, ball 1. Two down, the pitch fouled off. 1-1. It is really quiet here today. I have to say the crowd is probably stunned, being down 3-1. Ooh, that was a nice off-speed pitch. He was way ahead of it. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diego sets, looks around, delivers outside. 2-2. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Roughnecks need an out to get out of this inning. That is a slow grounder to first that's fielded by AJ. Gets the force out at first, gets the Roughnecks out of the inning. Damage is done. Roughnecks are down 3-1 to the 10-25 Raptors. Headed to the top of the second. All right, welcome back. Top of the second. This inning is brought to you by Ben Gay for all those sore muscles after a tough game. Caleb's going to start us off. Top of the second. Pitch at ball. I know Coach Luis has got to be a little upset. The Roughnecks were really threatening at the first. Oh, swing. Fouled off. 1-1. They had runners in on the bases and had a force out at second, had a strikeout, and then a throw out, stealing home, and they only came away with 1 run in the first. So, top of the second, Caleb's starting us off. Let's see what he can put together. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And pitcher sets and delivers. Ball outside, 22. Good eye. All right. 22. Fouled off. 22 is the count, no outs. Top of the second. Roughnecks are down 3-1. The pitch. He hits the ball. It's going to be over the first baseman's head. Fair ball. Fair ball. Fair ball. That's a single. Caleb getting us started off with a little blooper single over the first baseman's head. Falls in to fair territory. let's see if we're going to be aggressive on the bases in the second inning, just like we were on the first inning. Brandon's up to bat. Caleb's stretching the lead a little bit. And goes. He's leading to second. Catcher does not get the ball transfer in time. There's an overthrow. Caleb has got a second base stolen. So we have a runner on second, no outs. 1 ball on the batter, Brandon. Caleb takes a signal from third base coach Eddie, gets a lead. He does not take off. Ball outside, 2 balls. No strikes, no outs. Runner in scoring position. All right, Caleb's getting a pretty good lead. Checks the pitcher. Pitcher looks home. He gets another lead, stretches it, but does not take off. And the ball gets thrown down to shortstop, and it gets past him, but the runner does not advance. Caleb holding at second there. We have 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Runner on second. Brandon up to bat, and he squares to bunt. Let's see if he lays it down for a sack. Infielder crouches in. Throw down to short. Pushes the runner back. And Brandon gets his walk. So we have runners on first and second. No outs. Roughnecks are really trying to get something going here. Nano up to bat. He hits down to first baseline. Oh, that is an error on the first baseman. Off his glove. Caleb rounds third. He's coming home. We have Brandon going to third base, so we got an RBI right there. Nano got an RBI. Caleb came home. Runners on the corners, no outs. 3-2. 10:25. Raptors. All right, looks like Levi's up to bat. Runners on the corners. And the first pitch. Oh, he hits the ball down the first baseman. He fields that one clearly. Out at first, throw home, not in time. RBI for Levi. 3-3, 1 out. Top of the second. Top of the order. So we have a runner on second, scoring position. AJ's up to bat. We got 1 out. AJ's getting a little lead. Pitcher delivers. Oh, hits him right in the back. That one smarts. AJ taking one for the team, hustling down to first. He's like, show me the money, show me the money. Let's go. All right. Hit by pitch is as good as a hit, I guess. So runners on first and second, 1 out. Diaz up to bat. Let's see if he can get us another single here. Ball high. 1 ball, no strikes, no out. I'm sorry, 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Runners getting the sign from Coach Eddie, standing on the base. Pitcher's on the mound, gets his sign, sets, delivers. That's a ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Throw back to the pitcher, a little wild. Nobody's going anywhere, though. All right. 2 balls, no strikes. Let's see what Diaz can do here. Ball outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Runners on first and second. Number 17, the pitcher for 10:25 Raptors, has got 41 pitches now in the game. The pitch, ball 4. All right, we have bases loaded with the number 3 batter, Diego, up to bat. Pitcher has thrown a lot of balls. He's walked 2 straight people. We got time. Coach wants to have a conversation. See if everything's all right. Or maybe he's ordering takeout from Wing Daddies. Who knows? Okay, looks like they're having a conversation. Coach Eddie's out on the field talking to them, seeing if he's went ahead and followed the new fit fam that was shut down for some reason from Meta. Nobody knows why. Okay, looks like Oliver, number 17, is going to stay in the game. He's sitting on 42 pitches. I think he's thrown 8 straight balls. Roughnecks are really threatening to take a big lead here. We got 1 down, bases loaded, number 3 batter up, Diego. He swings, fouls that off. No balls, 1 strike. Looking down the 1025 Raptors sideline, every single coach they have, plus a couple extra, are standing on the field, watching the players, encouraging them. That is another foul ball. And just like that, we got no balls, 2 strikes on Diego. Bases loaded, 1 out. Whatever the coach said to the pitcher must have worked. He's thrown 2 straight strikes after 8 straight balls. Getting a pretty good lead on the field. And the pitch. That's a grounder to first and fielded cleanly. He's going to get the out at first. That scores a run, so we got a ribby. Diego gets an RBI on that fielder's choice out at first. So we're sitting Roughnecks 4, Raptors 3, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, runners on second and third. Cleanup batter is up to bat. Let's see what Milan can do with this one today. That's a ball high. We got 1 ball. No strikes on Milan. Runners in second and third, 2 outs. Top of the second. That's another ball. He's coming. He's a throw home. He slides. He is safe. You know, taking a look at that plate, boy, they really need to replace that. So this is a call out to the folks at the Plex. You need to get out here this weekend and fix that home plate. That's kind of dangerous. Somebody's going to twist an ankle on that sliding in. So we have 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the second, 5-3 Roughnecks. 2 outs. And that is a pop-up. Looks like an infield fly. First baseman calls it, catches it. Nice play by that young man. 3 outs. Damage is done. Roughnecks are up 5-3, headed to the bottom of the second. All right, folks, welcome back. Bottom of the second. That intermission was brought to you by Sonic, where you get half-price malts and refreshers if you order on the app after 7 p.m., Monday through Friday. Looks like Coach Luis has changed the defense up a little bit. It looks like we have Caleb Cardiel moving from center over to third. Third baseman's moving over to first. AJ, who was on first, is now at second. Diaz over at third. Diego still pitching. No outs. And that is way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Diego is calling that sign off. He sets and delivers. Nice pitch inside down to third base. Grounder. He fields it cleanly. Throws it down hard with heat. Stretching and out. Let's go. Great play. Nice play by the third baseman, fielding that ball and firing it down to first. Milan on first with a nice stretch. That is classic Roughneck baseball. 1 up, 1 down, bottom of the second. Boy, that just felt so clean to me. Building a little momentum, let's go. Diego looks at the sign, sets and pitches a little outside with an off-speed pitch. Got 1 ball on the batter, 1 out. Bottom of the second, Roughnecks are up 5-3. And the pitch, that is a single. Oh, that is an error on Franci. He missed that ball. He's going to go 3. Long throw from the cutoff man to third base. And third baseman's throwing the ball home. and he's going to hold it third. So we had an error out in right field that allowed the runner to advance all the way to third. Nice try on the cutoff, but just didn't make it. So we have some fielding changes going on here. We have one out. We have a runner on third, bottom of the second. 5-3 Roughnecks. Waiting for the right fielder to get into position. Diego sets, pitches. That is a ball low. So Eli's out in right field now. Nano out in center. Brandon out in left field. Diego's still pitching. He's sitting on 33 pitches. That was a nice off-speed pitch, and that is up in the stands. And a fan from San Diego, California, is taking that home. Man, he looks like... No, that can't be. That looked like Tatis Jr. All right, 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Ooh, little movement on there, but a little inside. Runner on third. 1 ball, or 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Two balls, 1 strike. Diego sets and delivers outside. 31. 31's the count. 1 out. Run around third. And runner really is not getting a big lead off of third base. Diego looks, sets, 31 deliver. That is a pop fly, single to center field. Score a run. All right. Now, Eli threw that ball from center, trying to get him out at first. Wasn't in time, but that was a nice try by that young man. So we got a runner on first. We have 1 out. It's 5-4 Roughnecks. Decent lead out at first. The pitch right to second base. Gets the out at second, and wild throw to first. He's going to second and throw down to second base, and we're going to get him out there. So Roughnecks are out of the inning with 3 outs. But the damage, 10-25 Raptors came back. 5-4 headed to the top of the third. We got about 30 minutes left in the game, so at least 1 more inning. That was a pretty wild play there. We had grounded to second. We had the tag out, throw to first, overthrew first. Milan actually grabbed that ball, threw it down to second in time as the runner tried to advance, tagged him out at second. So 5-4 Roughnecks, top of the third. All right, folks. Coming back, top of the third, Roughnecks are up 5-4. That commercial break was brought to you by Malto Meal. What a delicious and nutritious meal. Just mix it in with some milk, and you have energy the rest of the day. That was sponsored by Grandpa Jesse. Grandpa Jesse and I are the only two who remember what Malto Meal is. All right. Here we go. Eli in the box. Pitcher sets and delivers outside. So we have a new pitcher, number 77. That ball was outside and in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch, that was low. 2 balls, no strikes. Eli sitting down and waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. 3 balls, no strikes. I'm sorry, this is Francie who's batting, not Eli. My bad. This is Francie. He's got 30. Leadoff hitter for the third. 44 straight balls. Francie goes down to first base. Number 22, Caleb, is up to bat. He's getting a signal from Coach Eddie. Umpires getting called over to 1025 Raptors, and they're double checking lineups and to ensure that Francie is an available batter. Looks like all is good. Caleb back into the box. He's set. He had a single last inning. He's hoping to come back and have the same thing. Oh, throw over to first. He really whipped that ball over to first, not in time. Francie didn't have a very big lead. Caleb's getting his signs. He steps in. Francie just stretches his lead. Caleb crushes that ball down left field. That is a foul ball. Lynn Haven, New Jersey. Young man from Lynn Haven, New Jersey takes that ball home. What a souvenir. Maybe Caleb will autograph it for him after the game. One strike. Way outside. Francie's going. He's going to stand up at second base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caleb steps out of the box. Gets the sign from Coach Eddie. Little mustache rub. Don't know what that sign is, but 1-1, runner on second, scoring position. Caleb's looking to crush this ball today. That is low. Good eye, good eye. We got 2 balls, 1 strike. Catcher calls time. Wants to talk it over. He's like, hey, are you enjoying your summer? Yeah, me too. Got a couple weeks left before we head back. Okay. Top of the third, 5-4 Roughnecks, 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs, runner in scoring position on second base. The pitch. Whew. That was a swing. Counts 22. Caleb's number 22. Let's see if he can pull off some magic here. Off-speed pitch, a little high. Count is full. Francie is on second. Caleb steps back in the box. We're going to have some movement here. Swing and a miss. Missed that outside pitch. That's a strikeout. 1 down. All right. Mikey is up to bat. Steps into the box. Francie's getting the sign down at second base. He gets a little bit of a lead, being held on by the second baseman. Pitcher steps off. Francie goes back out for a lead. Pitcher sets. And pitches way outside. Francie's running down to third. He should be there in plenty of time. They'll throw down. 1 out, runner on third. Mikey's up to bat. 5-4 Roughnecks, top of the third. All right, Mikey is set. He down, shortstop grounder. That is an error on the shortstop. Took a little bit of a hop there. Solid single. Mikey's on first base. RBI. 6-4 Roughnecks. Yeah, he hit that ball really hard. But we'll have to mark that as an error on shortstop. Now Brandon's up to bat. We got 1 down. 6-4 Roughnecks. Runner on first. Mikey's got a pretty good lead. Throw back to first. He dives down, not in time. I'm starting to hear a little bit of the parents getting loud down there for the Roughnecks. And Brandon's in the box. He's ready. Mikey's got a little bit of a lead. The pitch. Called first strike. He watched that one go by. So. Strike 1. No balls. 1 strike, 1 out. And pitch. That is a hit to the second baseman. They're going to try to turn 2. He's out at second. The throw back is not in time and past the first baseman. So we got 2 down. That was a great play. Get the lead runner for 10-25 Raptors. 2 down. Mikey's on first. Looks like Levi is up to bat. Pitcher sets, delivers, outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 6-4 Roughnecks, top of the third, 2 outs. All right, He's got a pretty good lead. He takes off for second. Ball's pitched outside. Catcher did not throw the ball down. There was nobody covering second base. A little confusion on the infield there for 10-25 Raptors. Looks like we're going to have the second baseman hold Mikey on second. And the pitch outside. Ball 3. So the count's 30. Count is 30 for Levi. Runner on second, getting a pretty good lead. The pitch. Strike. Right down the middle. All right, 31. Levi's got the green light now. Let's see if Eli can get a good lead and take third here. Ball 4. Take your base. Runners on first and second. We do have 2 down. Let's see if we can get a little 2-out rally. Hit it up the alley. Top of the order for the Roughnecks. AJ's pausing to get... We're getting a substitute runner for Levi. He's the catcher. He's going to go get his gear on. Mikey's going to come out. He was the last out. So we got Mikey on first. AJ, top of the order up. Pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. 6-4 Roughnecks. All right, runners on first and second. Throw back to second. Not in time. He's still got the ball. Okay, back to the pitcher. Everybody's standing up. 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitcher sets. Ball outside and run down to third. Oh, third baseman missed the throw from the catcher. He's going to advance. So we got a run off of that. Error. Two outs. 7-4 Roughnecks. That was a pretty good throw down by the catcher, and third baseman just missed that and got past him, so we advanced. So now we have 1 runner on second. 2 outs. And he's, he is delayed steal to third. He's sliding. He slides around the side. He's safe. That was a really good slide by Mikey there. Saw the ball coming and slid outside head first and hugged the bag. Great play. Mikey's on third, 2 outs. AJ's up to bat. 30 is the count. 3 balls, no strikes. And this pitcher's moving with a little bit of rhythm, not taking a lot of time between pitches. As he squares, that's a ball 4. Mikey's coming home, slides, face first, safe. There's another run. We're going down to second. AJ throw to second, missed him. Tag was under. He slid under the tag. That was a great slide. Lots of speed coming into second for AJ. All right, got a little momentum going here on 2 outs. And coach calls time. So 7-4. 8-4 Roughnecks. Runner on second, 2 outs. Top of the third. Timeout. Okay. Looks like we're going to have a new pitchers for 10-25 Raptors. Okay, top of the third. 8-4 Roughnecks, 2 outs. We have Diaz up to bat. AJ is on second. New pitcher. Let's see what he can deliver. And I don't know if you can see this on your screens at home, but there's a beautiful purple sunset over the mountains here in El Paso. It's nice and cool. It's got to be in the low 70s. We had a little bit of rain yesterday and earlier today, so just a beautiful June day. Great night to play baseball under the lights. All right. Pitcher's got one more warm-up. Looks like the Roughnecks got a little 2-out rally going here. And let's see if Diaz can get a little rip here and keep things going. 8-4 Roughnecks, 2 outs. Top of the third. We got about 15 minutes left in this game, so definitely going to be able to finish this inning and maybe start a 4th inning if the Roughnecks can go 1, 2, 3 when they're out in the field. And the pitch, swing fouled off. 1 strike. All right, Diaz gets back in. AJ gets a decent lead, being held on by second baseman. Sets, pitcher looks, and delivers outside in the dirt, and AJ is going to hold. That was a nice pickup by the catcher there. So we got a ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Diaz sets. Pitcher checks the runner and delivers. Ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 21 is the count. 2 outs. 1 runner on second base. See if AJ can get a steal here. He checks the runner and delivers. Ball outs. Oh, he called that one a strike. He must have caught the corner, and I have a bad angle. So we got a 22. 22 is the count. Diaz is ready. Ooh, ball low. Boy, he took that one. I thought it was a close one. So we got a count is full. Full count. 2 outs. Runner on second. He swings and fouls that one off. He's really staying in there. Full count. Protecting the plate. Coaches are saying Diaz isn't going to swing. They obviously don't know Diaz. And, oh, he had a pretty big lead. We got him in a pickle. And throw to second. Going back to third. AJ's got him. Safe. He missed the tag. Missed the tag. Sliding in. Second baseman cannot believe it. Coaches are upset. They're asking for help from the other umpire. Yep, they're asking. They're code checking. Yep. So. All right. We have some discontent coaches over here. Fans are a little upset. You know, from this angle, it looked like he might have tagged him, but the hand went by and didn't seem like it stopped. So, either way, count is full, runner at second, 2 outs. Second baseman comes in behind the runner. Ball outside. All right, runner on first and second. Number 3 batter is up. Diego, 2 outs. Diaz has got a ridiculous lead at first. Diego's. Okay. We got all sorts of stuff going on here. So, pitcher just keeps checking the runners. Runners are teasing the pitchers. Diego's in there. Ball low. You know, catcher's playing a really good game. Got his body in front of that. That one hopped a little bit. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 8-4 Roughnecks. Pitcher gets his sign, sets, delivers. Diego hits the ball. It's a little slow one. Shortstop cannot make that catch. A little outside of his reach. AJ's coming home. Throw comes home. Not in time. We have 2 runners. We have a runner on second, runner on first. And, okay, everybody settled down. First and second. Diego caught up to Diaz. Diaz did not advance to third because the ball was coming in. So we have runners on first and second. 2 outs. 9-4. Cleanup hitter, Milan is up to bat. All right, Diego on first, Diaz on second. Milan is up to bat. Pitcher sets. delivers. Whoa, that was a screamer down the third baseline. Coach Eddie showing those Zumba moves. You know, I teased him about taking those Zumba classes, but you know what? He's right. It did pay off. He got out of the way of that ball. So we got one strike on Milan. Pitcher sets. And delivers. Ball high. 1-1. Fakes the throw down. Diaz is still off the base at second. Milan back in. Pitcher sets. 1-1 is the count. Ball outside. 21. Throw down to the shortstop. He missed the ball. Okay, we have Diaz advancing down to third. He's going to round third. He's being sent home. Coach Eddie sending him home. Throw him home is not going to be anywhere close. We got another run, and Diego is going to stay at second base. So that was an error on the shortstop. Missed that ball. Not a great throw by the catcher. And Diaz is going to take advantage of that. Advances all the way from second home. We have Diego on second. Counts 2-1. Milan wanting to make a statement with a big hit here. He hits it. That's a little pop-up. Foul ball. Catcher cannot get to it. 22's the count. All right, 22's the count, 2 outs. 22. Ball low. All right, we got a full count. Runner on second. So first base is open. We do have 2 outs. 10-4 Roughnecks. About 8 minutes left in the game here. And a good lead at second. And little grounder back to the pitcher. Clean play. Third out. Damage is definitely done. 10-4 Roughnecks heading into the bottom of the third. All right, we have a rowdy fan down here. I know the camera's still rolling. Doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut after the umpire warns him. So the umpire had to warn the fan to stop talking. I don't know what the question was he was asking, but we've been told a number of times not to ask any questions. So, got about 6 minutes left. Roughnecks got a 6-run lead. Emotions are high on the Raptors team over there. They had several errors in the last inning. We had to change pitchers. The fans are upset about a couple of calls, specifically the pickle that was on second. AJ was called safe. So let's see if the players can just settle down, get some good bats in, and not let the unruly fans impact their play today. All right, welcome back, folks. Diego is still in pitching. We have bottom of the third. Roughnecks are up 10-4. Got about 5 minutes left in the game, so let's see if we can get out 1, 2, 3. Oh, looks like he went. I did not get the call. Was that a strike or a ball? We'll have to see. Pitch. It's a little grounder. This might be trouble. The flip over, second baseman covers, and he's safe. Okay, that was a little tiny slow ground ball. First baseman hustled over. Second baseman covered first, not in time. Great hustle by that batter. He slid into first to be safe at first. So they have the leadoff runner on. He's got a little bit of a lead. It's the pitch. It's a ball. He steals second. He's safe. Nice pickup by AJ. No outs. Runner on second. 1 ball. No strikes. Bottom of the third, 10-4 Roughnecks. He throw back to second, not in time. All right, AJ's holding the runner on. Runner's got a huge lead right now. Catcher's giving the sign they just got a big lead. AJ sets, throws back, not in time. Okay, nice play. Sounds like the Raptors coaches are calling for a balk. That is definitely not a balk. That's a clean throwback. Sets, 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, that is a grounder, foul ball down the first baseline. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runner on second. Roughnecks with the 10-4 lead. There. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Diego sets. Ball outside. 21. And Diego sitting on about 44, 45 pitches right now. Definitely in his sweet spot. All right. He sets. And throw back to second. Slap down. Not in time. All right, gets up on the mound, looks for his call, gets his sign, delivers. That's a pop-up over into the fans. Ooh, that one was super close. That fan has got a St. Louis Cardinals jersey on, so they are a long way from Missouri here in El Paso. Counts 22. No outs. Bottom of the third. Good lead on second. Diego's going to settle on the batter. That's a punch. And line drive. Oh! Dropped the ball. So throw in. We're going to have a runner on first, runner on third. That's going to be an error on the right fielder. I think that's Brandon. Had it in his glove and it just fell out. So we got a little action going here for the Raptors. 2 batters up, 2 runners on. Runners on the corner, no outs. Diego's checking the runners. He throws down to third. Not in time, safe. Runner does not advance from first. All right. No balls, no strikes. Ooh, inside. Runner advances to second. Runner on second. Runner on third. No outs. 1 ball, no strikes. That's another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And Diego's getting close to those 50 pitches. He sets. And delivers. That's ball low. 3 balls, no strikes. 30's the count. All right. We have no outs, runners on second and third. 10-4, bottom of the third. That is a strike. Caught that outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. 31 is the count. We have a huge lead at second. Roughnecks are playing defense. Looks like Diaz is going to try to sneak in behind him. And the pitch. That's a strike. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. Right down the middle. Had a little movement on that ball. Just flat out down the middle strike. Great pitch. Okay. And Diego's going to throw to second. Not in time. Yeah. Runner at second was getting a huge lead and testing them. I think they were trying to look for a overthrow or something, get the runner to advance from third. So full count, pitch. That is a grounder to the shortstop. He fields it cleanly, fires it over to first in time, gets the out, back to third, not in time. Nice pickup by Caleb on third. Run scores 10-5, but we got an out, and we have a runner on third. Nice clean play by Diaz. Scoop, fires, nice stretch by Milan. So, great play. You can tell these kids have been practicing, and they love the game. One out. That's outside, ball one. And we have time on the field. Yeah. Looks like we're going to switch pitchers. That was a great outing by Diego. He's leaving with the 10-5 lead. He had 53 pitches in, and that's about the max you really want for a player. So we're going to switch out pitchers here. All right, folks, we got a switch for our pitchers. Nano is now going to pitch. Score is 10-5 Roughnecks. We got one out, bottom of the third. Time has expired. That commercial break was brought to you by SoFi Bank, where you can get 3.8% APY on all of your savings. And we're back. Let's go. And the pitch. He crushes that ball to left field. Fielded cleanly. Tags up at third, 2 down. And Eli made a great catch. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. 2 down. That was 2 down. That was the call. It was a good catch. Hold on. Now we have... Okay. He was out. We had a little confusion there, so that was a great catch by Eli out in left field. 2 down. 10-6. Nano gets the sign and sets. And delivers outside. Ball one. All right, delivers ball two. Outside. Okay, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Just a little low on that outside corner, so his count is 30. Count is 30. He gets his sign, he sets and delivers. That's a strike outside corner, 31's the count. Nano's got to watch that. Set was a little bit short, so he needs to set a little bit longer. I hear some of the fans on the Raptor side calling a balk. 31, set, pitch, and outside. Ball 4. So we got a runner on first with 2 outs, 10-6 Roughnecks. And number 50 up to bat. All right. Small lead over at first, and the pitch. Swing as a fouled off. He was a little bit ahead of that pitch, so we're starting out with 1 strike, no balls. And all right, lead over at first. That's a balk. Called him a balk. Umpire's coming over to tell him what he did wrong. He set, he turned, looked a second time. All right, that's a good call by Blue. So we have 2 outs, runner on second. 1 strike on the batter. Pitch, got him outside corner, 2 strikes on the batter. No balls, 2 strikes. Roughnecks are playing defense. They're not holding the runner on second. He's getting a pretty good lead, and I think they're just looking for the out here. So the pitch It's a grounder to short. He fields it cleanly, fires it over to first, not in time. And that's going to score a run. So 10-7. That was a pretty good ground ball to deep short. Diaz had to come a little bit further away from the bag towards third to field that and fire that across, and the batter is actually pretty quick. So we're going to score that as a single. 2 down, runner on first. The pitch, ball. Steal second, not in time. Stand up steal. 2 outs. Runner on second. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And that is a pop-up. Looks like it's to second baseman. AJ makes the clean catch. That, my friends, is the ball game. So recapping here, 10-7. Roughnecks pull out a win. And they are 1-1 on the season.
Oh my goodness! It sounded like a shot!